Good afternoon, guys. ನಾನು ಬೇಕಂತಾನೆ ಯಾರನ್ನು ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಕರೆದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೂ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಬಟ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿವನ್ ಟು ವಾಚ್ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಇನ್ವೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಜಾಗ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಅದೊಂದೇ ರೀಸನ್ಗೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ವೈಟೆಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಕರೀದೇ ಇರೋರು ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಡನ್ ಬೈ ಡಿಸೈನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಡಿ ನಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವೆರಿ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ. ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಅಕಾಮಡೇಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾರಥಾನ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಜನ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ತುಂಬ ಸೆಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೊಂದೇ ರೀಸನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಕರೆದಿಲ್ಲ. But let us start off. I know that you people are here to eagerly learn about what this entire KARTAVYA program is all about, how we are going to solve your preparation of KAS exam, which is going to happen on November 15th. Okay. See, before I start off everything or anything, one person who has a very warm welcome to all the students who are watching online. Please welcome. Now, the next 2.5 hours, we will try to systematically tell you what exactly we will be doing and how exactly it will help you to prepare KAS in a very systematic way. And we'll also address the issue of how you can balance your UPSC preparation along with KAS preparation, because this is the first time where they have given complete clarity of when is the prelims exam, when is the mains exam, and what is the time duration that you will have. So because you have that complete clarity and complete information, that will help you to actually balance UPSC with KPSC. So don't worry about it. Now, before I start off, one person who has helped me come up with this, who has not only helped me come up with this program, but who has designed this program himself, is a person who has single-handedly helped grow an institution, especially from prelims perspective. ಅವರೇ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರ್ ನ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು, ಅವರೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ಗೆ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರ್ ನ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ತುಂಬಾ ವರ್ಷ. ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ಹಸ್ ರಿಟನ್, ಹಿ ಹಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಡ್ ದ ಸಿವಿಲ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ ಆಫ್, ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದ IFS ಕಟ್ ಆಫ್. KS ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅವ್ರು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗದೆ ಇದ್ರು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು, ಹೋಗಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬರೀಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೋಗಿ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಮಜಕ್ಕೆ. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm trying to tell you the person that I'm going to be introducing is a person who's already an expert in prelims, not KS prelims, but UPSC prelims. And he has single-handedly worked in such a way that he has built architecture for several institutions in order to, run their prelims test series. So let me introduce, he's a very, very close friend of mine, and he's the one who has designed this program in a very organized and systematic way for you to prepare. So entire durationally our ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, because he is the one who has designed it. It will always make sense if he tells you exactly how he has designed and what was the intention behind it. Okay, so let me introduce to you Aditya sir, a very, very close friend of mine. Thank you so much Aditya sir for accepting my request. It was my request. I went and I requested him that please participate in this particular program and help me design a program and execute it. So he has accepted it. So I give over to you. I can briefly talk and then. Okay. Yeah. Please.
So hello everyone. Yeah. Hello everyone. It's audible now? All right. Yeah, the program that we wanted to talk is about KARTAVYA program. So, as you have seen, the prelim already has been announced, and the exam is going to be conducted on 15th November. So, hardly we have 105 days if you count, right? So, within that 105 days, you have to make your entire plan in such a way that, the entire, both the GS paper has to be counted. It is not like, UPSC where only one paper will be counted. It is basically combination of both. So that means that even I'm okay with CSAT, but still it will do, that will not work here, because CSAT question itself will be 30 marks here also. So in that sense, basically, we have designed a program in such a way that, wherever it is needed, we try to fill with the classes. Wherever it is needed, we are going with the test series. Okay. And, let me,
You want to change?
Yeah. Okay.
The down button, down arrow.
Okay. Right. So basically we have that with 105 days. This is the first thing that we have to understand, and that is from today basically that we have to count. Right. Second, if you are talking about, first you have to understand this examination. What is there in both the papers? What is the syllabus? How question has been split? Right. For example, in UPSC, what will happen is, it is more open-ended. This time, if you have seen, there was more questions from ancient India, medieval India, art and culture, but very less from economy and polity. Right. So you would have prepared, I am strong at polity, so I will go and, deliver there, but it will not work. So, but here that is not the case, because it is, they have not only defined the syllabus, but also they have allocated how many questions will come from that part of the syllabus, right? So, if you look at the syllabus that has been given officially by KPSC, right? Okay, so this is the paper 1, paper 2, right? So, if you look at the paper 1, there is 2 part it has been divided. The first part is the national and international current affairs, right? So, this is first part. From here, you will have 40 question. Each question carries 2 marks, so it will make it 80 marks. Second, there will be humanities. The humanity is a broader perspective where you will have all the subjects like polity, economy, history and geography. There is no science and technology or environment in paper 1. In paper 1, these are the 4 subjects. Within history, again, there will be ancient India, medieval India, modern India, and the Karnataka history. Similarly, in geography, there will be Karnataka geography that you are supposed to study, right? So that means that since there are 4 subjects, each subject on an average will carry 15 questions, right? So that means that if I am telling polity will be around 15 questions, economy will be around 15 questions, and geography 15, history 15. And with respect to history and geography, usually if you see the paper from the last 4 KPSC papers, a little more will be there from history, like 17, 18, because they have to accommodate ancient India, medieval India, modern India, as well as Karnataka history. So they adjust it with the international and national current affairs. For example, if there is a current affairs with respect to election of vice president, will you consider it as a polity question? Or since it was in the current affairs, will you consider it as a this question? So since they have that a luxury of accommodating some questions of these subjects into this, but they cannot do with the history question as such, right? So history will be little more when compared to this, and geography will be little more, that is 16, 17. Little more means it is not like 23, 24. It is 3 or 2 question that will be adjusted accordingly. So since this is the defined syllabus, you know how much has to be studied. Okay. Now coming back to the paper 2. So
just one moment. See, paper 1 is more or less overlapping with your UPSC preparation. So paper 1 is where everyone will score well. Okay, this is where everyone will feel easy. But the problem is everyone will feel easy and hence they keep preparing only this. But actually the place where it is actually difficult and people are not able to deconstruct is here. Okay, here as Aditya sir told you, there is polity, there is economy, there is history, there is geography. Everyone will know it. Everyone will do good. Okay, current affairs, obviously there will be a magazine. Everyone will read that magazine. At a national scale and international level, current affairs magazines are pretty consolidated. You can read anything and you can get the strength there. But this paper, the second part 2 paper, is where we have to deconstruct it properly, because this is where a lot of our aspirants, UPSC aspirants, will always have a lot of friction or will always have a lot of trouble. Okay, so listen to that carefully. Okay, yes sir.
Now go into the second paper, right? So again, if you look at it, there are 3 sections. One is general studies related to state importance. So what it will be having here? The budget, the Karnataka economic survey, and various Karnataka related current affairs as well. Because if you look at here, national and international importance is covered here. So something specific to Karnataka current affairs has been covered in the paper 2. Let's say if a current affairs which is more of a national news, though it is matter of Karnataka. Let's say Karnataka won first prize in, let's say, Panchayat Governance Index. So it is all India news. So that could have been also covered in the paper 1 also. Let's say somebody has won Jnanpit, or let's say somebody has won Sahitya Akademi Award. So they are a national level award. So you cannot say that it has been covered in the paper 1. So since it is a national news, that can be covered. Otherwise, if it is a recently budget mein some scheme has been taken or something like that, all that will come here, right? So that means that in this 40 question, you will have to study economic survey, budget, and then Karnataka schemes and initiatives. Apart from that, Karnataka current affairs and some miscellaneous facts if you can talk about. Budget and economic survey, then right. So along with that, next is basically general science and technology. 1, second, environment and ecology. Now, if you look at here, again 30 marks, 2 subjects are covered. Now, one problem that I have seen most of the students do is they do not study general science.
Correct.
Right? Because they have been acquainted with the current affairs. So they will take space technology, IT, biotechnology, but general science itself will be asked here. Okay, so let's say if there are 30 questions, if you look at the last 4 years paper, more number of questions will come from environment. Okay, environment will have around 17 questions to 18 questions, and 12 questions will come from science and technology, including general science. Now within this general science, out of the 12-13 questions, general science will be minimum 5 to 6 questions. Okay, so I will show you the question also, right? So where the question has been asked, what are the last 2 years ka paper only we will see what are the question that has been asked, and it is nowhere related to technology part. It is general science part. So you have to study the general science. Hey, again, when I am asking about general science, it is not more factual they are asking, but they are asking application based. For example, if a cyclist is basically, going in a circle, then how you will balance it, what force will come into force, if the rocket has to be taken off, so from this nozzle lot of gas will be put, so which what is the principle behind it. So basically the principle or the application based will be asked here, and few in biology factual question, this disease comes from deficiency of this, right, or this hormone will lead to this. So that kind of question where basically the question will be asked in that perspective, but in from chemistry and physics, question will be application based. They won't be asking you the pure, what is the Newton's first law, that will not be asked to you. So you don't need to remember the formulas as such, rather than you have to understand the application of it, right? So see, if you, this is basically I have just taken 2 years paper, last year paper and 2020 paper, right? So out of let's say 15 question, a cyclist easily balance cycle while sailing, then what is the reason about it, right?
I'll change.
Okay. So for what reason it is, why cyclist can do this, right? And then on a moonless night, one looks up night sky, he can spot large number of stars with varying colors. Some appear blue, some appear red, few appear yellow. Now the brightness among them are, right, which will be more bright, whether it is the color with the higher frequency will be more bright, or the lesser frequency will be more bright. That is basically the physics application part where it should be knowing. Then again, during prolonged space mission, astronaut often experience muscle atrophy. This is primarily due to what reason? Again, application based, right? Primarily, cloud is a dispersion of what is this cloud is basically, whether it is ice, concentrated water, what it is basically again, right? Again, after a person quits smoking, the lungs can heal to a certain extent because of, why lungs can heal after a certain extent. So again, the biology may application. There is a great deal of variation in the composition of milk. Different milks will have a different composition. So the factor responsible for such variation are what? Whether it is the stage of lactation, interval between milking, environmental condition, individual, what it is basically, again, general science question. Again, these are 2020 ka question. First up to cloud, it is 2024. So 6 questions there. Here, utilization of soya bean meal is preferred over groundnut cake or fish meal because of what reason, right? Why soya bean meal is better, right? Next, it has been observed that astronauts lose substantial quantity of calcium through urine during space flight. This is due to what reason, right? Then consider about the large intestine. It is purely factual. What is large intestine? What are its part, components, and other. So these are the last 2 years ka paper I have taken, right? There are 13 questions. I think this last. Metallic constituent of hard water. If you say hard water, this is soft water. What is there in the hard water? Why it is called hard? Right? What is the metallic item that will be found over there? So what I am talking about, in a railway track at a curve, outer curve is comparatively raised in the height compared to the inner edge. Why? Again, application. Right? Day to day, whatever the science that we are seeing, the growing plant bent towards the source of light. Only on one side, identify the best explosion for this phenomena, right? So that's it. So if I am seeing here around 13-14 question we have seen from the just the last 2 years I am showing, right? If you go to any KPSC paper, even it is a group C paper, any paper, if you can see the general science, it is not the science and technology that they are interested with. Within that, basically they focus more on here. So what students generally do, they completely leave this part. studying too much current affairs about science and technology of 1 year, last 1 year machine, what is the component within that machine, everything we are going to study, and in the end when you get this kind of question, you will not be in a position to attempt them. So that is one thing in the preparation itself, you have to make sure that you have to study physics, chemistry and biology separately. When I am saying physics, chemistry, biology, again what I am saying, not the science part of it rather than application part of it, right? So that is your another thing. Then basically in the environment, there are out of let's say 15 question or 17 question per se, 3 to 4 question will come from Karnataka, with respect to national parks of Karnataka, with respect to, various, the protected areas, right? So black buck where you have a protected area, vulture where you have a protected area, that kind of things also has been asked. So, that is its second part. So basically that you have to study. So Karnataka little more focus has to be given here. Apart from that, finally it is general mental ability. Within general mental ability, you have logical reasoning also. You have quantitative aptitude also. Then you also have reading comprehension, right? Reading comprehension will be 7-8 questions. So, they are trying to, this year, last year, there were so many issues also, and KPSC also has been, criticized for various other reasons. So what KPSC is trying to do is they want to maintain this so that they don't get any other criticism. They say something, do something. So that means that, more they have given like this, it will give you a clear boundary, unless UPSC. Unlike UPSC, you don't have a clear boundary. This time passages can be asked more. Here it will not happen. So quantitative mental ability will be 30 question. Then basically your science and technology and environment will be 30 question. Within that, again, since the general science has specifically mentioned here, there will be question from general science. Apart from that, Karnataka economic survey, budget, and basically Karnataka schemes related and Karnataka specific current affairs has to be studied, right? So now if you really look at it, this is very, very limited syllabus. If you plan it well, the paper 2, unlike paper 1, now if you have to study, think about entire history that you are studying, think about entire, ecology that you are studying. Ecology is much limited syllabus. If you study current affairs, then there is a limited chapter that you are supposed to study. So that means that in that sense, basically history may have to study ancient, medieval, modern, then Karnataka history for the same 15 question. So that means that whenever you are planning, you have to plan paper 2 very well. So whenever I have scored basically, right? So, my paper 2 used to be 140, 150 out of 200 because one general mental ability anyways I used to score almost all the question, right? Then it is more easy here. If you to study only economic survey, budget well, then Karnataka related current affairs will be very less. Awards you have to study, right? There not be much sports may whoever has won the medals that you have to study. Now Commonwealth is happening. Let's say somebody has won medal from Karnataka, you have to be knowing about this. So there is a limited current affairs, limited schemes, budget, economic survey. So there is a defined syllabus here. Same goes with this. So that means that paper 2 is something, if you plan very well, you can score better than paper 1, right? So one idea you have to keep is giving equal importance as per the marks. Not that, polity is good, economy is, I am taking 10 days for economy, larger syllabus. So you have to plan it that way, right? So now,
just to add on to this, what he's trying to emphasize is, let us assume that in UPSC, we don't know. Next year, ancient India, only 30 questions they can ask. We don't know. Economy, they can ask just 5 questions. So that wavering of large number of questions, small number of questions in different subjects keeps happening. That will create the uncertainty. But what he's trying to emphasize here is, the syllabus is very, very clearly defined. Okay? You are not studying 2 papers, you are studying 5 sections. Keep this in your head. When you are studying 5 sections, you should make sure that your 2 sections is pretty easy because they have proper sources. Where you suffer is the last 3 sections. Economic survey, I know that many people will just see the executive survey and go to the exam. Or many institutes will create that executive survey, they will create one more summary and give. Okay? The point I'm trying to make is, this is where you have to get more marks. This anyway you will get. Because you would have prepared for UPSC, everyone will be strong in these first 2 sections. These are the 3 sections where you have to get more marks. And one more thing what he's emphasizing is, the moment we say prepare for prelims, you will sit with your polity book. After that, after 15 days, you will sit with your economy book. After 15 days, you will sit with your history book. By then, 45 days is over. In your 100 days, 45 days is over only for 3-4 subjects. It should not happen like that. What he's trying to tell is, your 105 days should be divided in such a way that you carry all these 5 sections in such a way that you at least revise it 3 times. Not one subject, one section. Every section here should be revised at least 3 times. So your entire systematic planning of KS preparation for the prelims should be in such a way that you have 105 days left. You have 105 days left. Leave that 5 days. You have 100 days left. Prepare that 100 days in such a way that these 5 sections at least 3 times you have to revise and go. Okay? Now, sorry sir, continue.
So, right?
You have to point it there.
Okay. Now, this we have already discussed, right? So again, this is where basically paper 2 sits. This I have been told here, right? Now, see, now what we want to understand is, what are the things that basically the examination, when we are looking into the things, usually what happens is, let's say if I am studying polity, I will study polity. Now in polity, I might not have observed the small things where question can be asked, right? For example, if I say quorum, right? For any meeting to happen, there has to be a quorum, and quorum should be 10% of what? Total members, then present members, right? The then members of the parliament, or it is a total membership. Within that 10%, if I am talking, is speaker included, speaker excluded, right? So that means that when you are reading it, your mind is only telling 10%, but 10% of what has not been observed properly. Within 10%, whether the speaker has to be counted or not counted, that has not been told properly. So when you are reading, you feel that you have understood everything. But in the exam, the 4 option has been set up in that way that you start getting confused. You know that 10%. They will not give 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%. Because this everybody knows. 10% of what is being checked, including speaker or excluding speaker is being checked. Right? So suddenly, automatically, if you have not revised it properly during your preparation itself, if you have not done it. So usually what happens, we go through the reading in general, but the retrieval is what matters, right? So that is how you will do it through the test series. So in test series, what will happen? You basically study, and then once you come and attend, you start realizing that something is missing. You have studied it, but you are not able to attend it. So that you will find your gaps. So when you find your gaps, in your next chapter study, what will you do? You start looking into those gaps, so that more you do, you start filling that gaps. The way you study for that subject will start changing, right? So in that way, basically you start covering the things. Second, usually the another mistake that we have seen among the student is Karnataka. With respect to Karnataka economic survey, budget, current affairs, Karnataka geography, Karnataka history, they just cover them as one material they will take, they just go through it.
One summary report.
Yes. Now, when the 40 question is dependent on it, and if you are just going through it, it is like 3 subjects. And history, polity, and then geography together will come 45, and Karnataka related alone will get 45. So, whenever you are planning, you should be knowing that there is a limited syllabus. I will not just study Karnataka as such and then move. Karnataka block has to be studied separately. For KPSC we are talking about. Because in UPSC we have not studied this. So generally, we just want to tend to take some material that want to add the things rather than covering them in depth. This is the second mistake that we have seen. And third is your quantitative aptitude. Quantitative aptitude, many people feel that I am already weak at it. I focus on paper 1. Paper 2 is aptitude, I will leave it. Or so but the question that we are asking, they are very basic, simple question. There will be logical reasoning. There will be reading comprehension. There may be few quantitative aptitude questions which you study properly, that also can be attended. And the best thing about quantitative aptitude is, whatever, once you understand that chapter, you will not miss the question. There are certain types of questions that can be asked. If there is a time and work, then, they can be asked about different efficiencies. They can be asked about 4 men, 5 women, that kind of question. 1 man left the job, later another man joined the job. There can be a kind of 6 to 7 different kind of question. If you prepare well, understand only this 6 to 7, then the basic question will come from there only. So rather than solving 100 question, how many types of question I have solved from the each topic, that matters. Okay, so your target is not solving 100 questions, but how many different types of question under each chapter. So if it is, let's say if it is time, speed, distance, then you have to study what are the different questions that can come. Relative speed question can come, trains question can come. Within train, a person is moving or person is stationary. There can be, 8 to 9 different types of question where You have to study 4 to 5 questions from each style will make you to clear this. So that means that basically understand rather than randomly solving same type of question 10, 20 and feeling that okay, now I am getting it and so little difficult, I am leaving it altogether. Rather than doing that, understand the different types that of the question that can be asked in the quantitative aptitude and prepare as such. Okay, that is another thing that you have to be observed.
Sir,
Okay?
I want to tell something. UPSC aspirants, please don't carry that hangover of UPSC CSAT paper this time into KS paper. Okay? Don't carry that animosity. Don't carry that anger for CSAT of KS. In KS, the CSAT questions will be very simple. You can actually get almost 90% of the questions correct. This is very, very scoring. Even non-max background people also can do it. Please don't have that hangover of anyway CSAT is very difficult. It is not for me. That anger would have started because of UPSC CSAT paper. Please don't carry that to this paper. Okay? KS CSAT paper is very easy. Believe me. And Aditya sir will tell you also how to make it more easier. But make sure that you focus on CSAT. Very, very scoring paper. CSAT is where as he told, you have limited topics. Make sure that you have at least 30 worked examples on every topic. If you prepare, you can hit the mark. Okay, so if you have so much of certainty, then make sure that you capitalize on that CSAT. Okay, carry on, sir.
Okay. Right. So now why we created KARTAVYA?
Yes. So see, the idea why I asked or I requested Aditya sir to join me in this program is I wanted that expertise. I also cleared prelims consistently. I could have done it together, but I wanted him because I know his strength of forecasting. Why do you think AB de Villiers is a player that no one can replicate? Why do you think that he's a 360-degree player? Because he's good. Virat Kohli is also as good as AB de Villiers, but AB de Villiers is different because he can forecast the bowler. He can anticipate what the bowler is going to bowl the next ball. And that is what I see in Aditya sir. And the reason why I requested him to be part of this program is because of that. His anticipation of the questions in UPSC is far greater. KPSC, though, he doesn't deal so much as in he doesn't even bother. So if he can put his expertise here, the students of Karnataka will benefit. This is something that I had within me for requesting him to be with us. But why we created KARTAVYA is for 3 A's: affordability, availability, and accessibility. This is the main reason why we created it. You will know why we have planned, how we have planned, and how it will help you benefit this program. But the main reason why we have done it is for the 3 A's. Okay, affordability, availability, and accessibility. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, this we have, basic we have already told about this. What is the problem? One, reading is not knowing. You are just reading, but you don't know where exactly question has been asked. Current affairs has been left to the end. That is another mistake that usually students do. Now why this happens? Why this happens is, let's say if I want to attend a test. Test my syllabus will be June 2025 to December 2025. 6 months current affairs along with other subject. It becomes too huge for me to study. So what I will do, I just look into them and then think that most important topics I will study, other I will left to the fate. Right? So the current affairs, as I have said, it is coming in both the papers. Karnataka related current affairs is coming in paper 2 and national and international coming in paper 1. How many questions? 40 questions. That means that 80 marks it is carrying basically. So the current affairs is like 3 subjects together is same as a current affairs alone. Right? So that means that the current affairs has to be given a separate slot. I will finish polity first, economy last, May. Just like any other subject, I will take a current affairs and do. That will not work here. In UPSC, it will work. Because in UPSC, there are a number of questions with respect to current affairs is somewhere similar to economy and polity only. So, maybe I'll get 15, 20 questions. So, how much I have to add? Should I go with the basics or with the current affairs will always be a confusion. But here, the current affairs is specifically mentioned as a 40 question. So, that means that, that becomes your major block that you are supposed to cover. But usually student will left it at the end, then compilation will come. The books are so huge and they have added so many facts. Then you start realizing that you cannot, recollect anything or remember anything. Then, it is more of a like headlines data you will remember. Then there will be a lot of videos that will be coming about yearly current affairs. Then you will see that and depend on that. So you are depending on, for your 80 marks on something which you are not sure whether they will cover it or not. So that should not be happen. So the current affairs has to be dealt in a very serious way if you are looking into KPSC prelims. So if the comfortability with respect to clearing the KPSC prelims will come from the mastering the current affairs. Okay, so that we will again. And another is, as I told you, Karnataka related matter is under prepared. Either they are studied in so minute details, Karnataka history has been studied, because Karnataka history may 4-5 question will come. So now how much you will study that 4-5 question? That will be ancient also, medieval Karnataka also, then freedom struggle in Karnataka. Together 5 to 6 question will come. Within that 5 to 6 question, how much weightage they are giving, right? Whether I should know all the kingdoms within that minute details. So that means that either it is under prepared or you will take certain book and you will over prepare. So there has to be a proper balance. You cannot leave it off also, but at the same time you cannot completely, do too much about it with respect to history and geography. But economic survey, there are 13 chapters. If you study 13 budget, one document of around 20-30 pages. So that is basically, and Karnataka current affairs, that will give you more a closure to get that 40 questions. So that means that, Karnataka has to be adequately prepared, right? So again, separate slot that you have to see, right?
One more thing. See how misallocation of energy happens, as he told us. For Karnataka history, I've seen students studying 3 books. But they don't want to study Karnataka economic survey. They want a summary of it. But as he told, from Karnataka economic survey, the number of questions that comes is far greater. Karnataka history, 3 to 4 questions will come. But your perception is, by studying Karnataka history, you are going to study all the history, you are going to answer all the history questions. It is not true. In the entire history questions, 3 to 5 questions can come from Karnataka. But economic survey is one complete part that will cover most of the questions of Karnataka. Correct? So what he's trying to tell is how you people will, not you people in general, the people who are preparing for this exam will get diverted due to misallocation of energy. Okay? So that is why make sure that you listen to what we are going to tell. Next. Yes, sir.
Right. So now about the program. So how we have designed it, and you will understand
why is it unique.
Yes. Right. Yeah. Right. So we have 2 things. Right. As we have told, there are certain things which, if I tell you, go and study Karnataka history, right? Though 5-6 question, you can't leave it. But if I tell you to study, how much that depth that has to be covered, that is always a confusion. So if you look at, Karnataka economic survey, then if I pick a book is around 700, 800 and it is dumped with so many facts, which facts to retrieve, which stat to ignore, that I don't know. So that means that though it is very important, but it is also, since you have not studied them till now, polity, economy, you have studied already. So again, you don't need to sit for a class, listen what is preamble, from where we have borrowed it, what terms have been added in the 42nd constitutional amendment. Don't need all this because you already know it. You can revise them fast. But if I give you the Karnataka economic survey, say that 40 question will come and you have to start it. Then you pick a book, study 1 chapter with so many facts, then you start feeling that, oh, it is better to go with the consolidation material. Again, because how many facts we can remember, right? So there are certain subjects which you have not studied, but now you want to add them within this 105 days. And what is the breadth or the depth that you are supposed to go, that is a confusion, right? For such subject, and also with respect to CSAT, as I told you, if somebody is not really good at CSAT, now he wants to start it. How much time I have to allot, right? Because, so that is something that we have to address. So in our program, what we are thinking or what we have been discussed and thought about is 1, there will be classes, also there will be test. However, the classes will not there for all the subjects. Where exactly our help is needed for you, there we have kept the classes. That means that the entire current economy, Karnataka economic survey, budget, schemes and policies related to Karnataka, that will be covered. Karnataka geography classes will be taken separately. Karnataka history classes will be taken separately. And we are also giving the complete, the CSAT classes. So that means that quantitative aptitude classes will be taken care of, 30 marks. 40 marks of economic survey, Karnataka current, that has been taken care of, right? Within science and technology and, ecology. Ecology is something that everybody studies because, what is, ecotone, what is ecological niche, that you have anyways studied from your book. But as for the science and technology, general science where to cover, that we will try to provide the material. We will provide the material in such an easy way that if you have non-science background also, or if you have forgotten the science also, then while you are reading it with the regular example that you are seeing, the general science and the common application that is happening, that will be given as a material. So that means that your paper 2 will be entirely taken care of, except, the ecology part, which is easy, which is direct. So I don't need to again stress on it and waste the time over there.
So just to summarize, what is trying to tell, Kartavya is an hybrid program. Because we have seen the major hindrance for most of the students is, if there is a test series, there are many parts within the test series which the students does not know how to prepare. But there is a test that they have to go and write. So they'll anyway just go and write and make no use of it. This is the problem with only test series. There's a crash course. The problem with the crash course is, again, they are going to teach you what is polity, what is economy, what is geography, what is history. You already know it. As he told, again, if you sit and read what is preamble, again, if you sit and read what is GNP and GDP, you already know it. You are going to waste your time. That is the reason why we have brought a program that is an hybrid that tries to undo both these problems. One, there will be a systematic test series. And in that test series, those subjects that we know that you people would have already studied, we are not going to touch that. There will be purely test series, and how we have done the test series also, how we have arranged it, we will tell it. There is a science behind it. But test series will deal with all the subjects, but we will not touch. When I say touch, we will not teach those subjects which are pretty random and which is pretty normal that everyone would have studied in their preparation. But what is this learn with classes? So along with the test series, we have classes, as he told. We are going to teach in those areas where our students will always find it difficult. And that is first is CSAT. Many students of Karnataka KPSC preparation feel that they are not good in maths. That is the first thing. They have not even tested themselves, but they already have told themselves that they are not good in maths. And that is why CSAT classes is a very, very important thing that you have to learn. As he told, there is certain that this 30 questions will come from CSAT. Then why should you neglect it? That is one. The next class that we have designed is Karnataka Economic Survey and Budget. We know that from the Karnataka Economic Survey, you already know that our way of teaching how the questions will come. Okay, so if we cover Karnataka Economic Survey chapter wise, we are going to cover it chapter wise. We are not going to cover it summary wise. Chapter wise, we are going to go and you are going to write down the notes. It is not that we are going to just explain or we are going to give any handouts. You are going to write down everything that we are going to tell you. So chapter wise, when we go and you cover, let us say by the end of 13 chapters, imagine that you would have had around 50 pages of notes that you have written with your own hand, and imagine that that will cover almost 30 to 40 marks. That is a very, very important, reason why economic survey and budget is put like that. The next is Karnataka history and Karnataka geography. Why we have put Karnataka history and Karnataka geography is, many people either study superficially or they spend the entire time on that only. So we want to undo that part. So the classes part of Kartavya program will deal with CSAT completely, economic survey, Karnataka history, Karnataka geography. This is where we thought that we have to intervene and we should help. Then Aditya sir also told that we have to help the students with respect to general science, as he had pointed out in the beginning, general science. That is why then what we did is, we thought that teaching science will take a lot of time. But what we can do within this limited period of time is, we can give you some type of simplified material that can help you to understand. Technology, though, it's there everywhere. You can take any textbook and technology will anyway find. The thing where we are trying to solve is the general science. Mainly for non-science background also, if they read about STEM, if they read about cells, if they read about DNA, they should be able to understand what exactly it is. Okay, so that is our intention of this way of hybrid program, where we have classes also, but systematically we have already designed the test series also. Okay, so I hope this is clear. This is the idea.
So, yeah, right? Okay, so why it is a unique program? That is the blend of both the test series as well as this, right? Okay. Right. Now, if you look at the plan, how we have designed it, okay, I'll not, go in detail about it, but I will also explain in detail in the sense that how the, it has been covered. So what we have covered, right, now if you look at the tests overall, there will be 58 tests, okay, 58 100 marks, 100 questions test. That means the 200 marks ka 58 tests will be there. That 58 tests has been divided into different rounds. Now in the round 1, what will happen? Let's say there will be 1 week, every week one major subject will be covered. That means that on day 1, let's say if it is on Monday we are starting with polity, certain part of the syllabus, not entire polity as such. Then part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. That means that entire polity will be covered in 5 days. Okay. Now in these 5 days, from the polity, you will have 50 question from one part. The second 50 question will be the current affairs. Now how current affairs has been designed? Monthly wise. That means that we want to cover the current affairs of 2025 as well as 26. Because now if you have seen the question paper, sometimes 1.5 years back a current affairs has come. So that means that, and it should not become burden to you also. So what we have done, January 2025 current affairs will be covered with polity first part. Similarly, polity part 2, February 2025 current affairs.
Guys, what we are trying to do is, we are not intermixing the current affairs. Current affairs will be separate 50 questions only. If the question paper runs from 1 to 100, 1 to 50 will be your subject questions, 51 to 100 will be your current affairs question. That is the first thing. The second is, how Aditya sir has designed the timetable is, as he told, 25 months of current affairs will be there. We are not vaguely telling it, we are telling it in a very systematic way that we will tell you in the timetable only, January month current affairs. You should prepare for January month and come and write the test. February month current affairs. You should prepare for February month and come and write the test. March, like that. From January 2025, we go month wise. Okay, so we are not, we will tell 25 months and then somehow we will pick 12 months and then ask. It is not like that. We are going to go month wise only. So that one, it will test our competency also, and two, it will also become a very good revision for you also. So that is how we have designed the current affairs. So many people, what they do, current affairs, they keep it at the end. What we are trying to do is, the moment we are starting the test series, we are integrating the current affairs. We are going to release the timetable. The timetable I am going to share right now with the Telegram channel also. You people can open and see the timetable if you have any doubts. We have given the topics. What Aditya sir is telling is, second half of the question paper will be current affairs month wise. First half of the question paper will be subject wise. In that subject, as he told, if you take polity, in polity, 5 days polity will be going on. No break. 5 days polity will be going on. We have divided the entire polity into 5 modules. First module, what are the topics is given in the timetable. Second module, what are the topics is given in the timetable. Third module, what are the topics is given in the timetable. So all the 5 modules, what topics come in every module is given in the timetable. What you have to do is, according to that module's topics, you have to revise, come and write the test. Second module, next day, revise, come and write the test. Now, along with revising your topics for that particular day, you have to also follow the current affairs what we are going to give you. That is also going to be month wise. So that is how we have designed it. Okay. So from the beginning, you are going to balance both subject also, current affairs also. Okay. Carry on, sir.
So once 5 days gets over, let's say polity, I will start from Monday till, Friday. I will have 5 days. 5 days mein polity will get cover. From January to May 2025, every day 1 month current affairs will get cover. Saturday, Sunday, let's say I'm just taking an example. Next to 2 days, that is Saturday, Sunday, will be off for you. Why this off? 1 day we have kept. For whatever you have studied for these 5 days, there can be a chances that some topics you could not cover properly. You feel that something is missing out, and the next test is starting, that will be left out as it is. So that 1 day, that is, the 6th day, you are going to cover all those things which you have missed. Okay, so you will make sure that your subject is over. And the 7th day, you are preparing for the next series of tests. Right, so that means that second week, let's say if there is economy test, for 5 days again economy will go. From there, June, July, August, September, October, 5 months current affairs will go. So on next 2 days again, break. Okay. So
what you should not forget is, subject is easy. Okay. He is dividing the subject into 5 modules. He is going to give the topic. Where your actual, push, or where your actual competency comes is, as he has designed, on 1 day you have to read 1 month's current affairs. So that is what he is trying to tell. He is emphasizing. Okay. Please listen to him carefully. Okay.
So in that way, we are covering total 48 days will happen. In that 48 days, you are going to attend a 36 sectional test. Okay. So that means that the subject are not covered subject wise, but subject are covered chapter wise. Right. So that means that you are entire. So once you are, the current affairs, 23 months ka current affairs will get over. Then meantime, you will also have a economic survey classes. Following it, you will also have the economic survey test again chapter wise. Correct. 1 day, 1 chapter. Don't have to feed too many things into your mind. Just study 1 chapter per day, because already classes are taken. You know what to study. After that, your economic survey classes test will happen. So that means that again, subject will be there 50 question. Another 50 question will be from a single chapter. So when I am covering 1 chapter 50 question, almost we have covered everything from that chapter, right? So that means that by the time you have written, only the last 2 chapters has been clubbed because they are small chapters. Good governance practices in Karnataka is the 12th chapter. Sustainable development goals is the 13th chapter. These 2 chapters may you don't have too many things to cover, right? Then otherwise I have to go beyond that book and then cover, it will not make the sense. So those 2 chapters have been clubbed because they are small chapters. Other than that, all other 11 chapter you will get 1 test each per chapter. So that means that 11 plus club of this one, total 12 tests in the round 1 will go for the your economic survey, right? Similarly, all the subject that will share the timetable, you will understand. Now in the second round, what we have done, again it will be around 17 days in the second round. In the 17 days, you are covering the subject as a subject wise now. That is, entire polity will happen, then 1 day gap, next day again entire economy will happen. Like that we have covered the subject. We have told that in humanities there are 4 subjects, and then current affairs is a single subject as such. You have already covered them by this time, second round way. And then your quantitative aptitude is separate, and your ecology and environment and science and tech. So if you add them, it will become 9 different subjects. So 9 tests will be there in the round 2 within the span of 17 days. So again 100 question. Again in the third round, what we are doing, we are mixing the subject. For example, polity and economy, you will have 1 test. Then similarly, economic survey, quantitative aptitude, you will have 1 test. Same gap, 2 days gap, but once in the final 8 advanced test, what we are adding is, finally it will have paper 1 full, paper 2 full. One day paper 1 full, 1 day paper 2 full. This will happen in the round 3, right? So that when you want to have the actual mock, morning 1, afternoon 1 session, before that only you have already given 1 full length in the round 3 itself. So you have that complete idea. So in the final phase, where we will have 12 to 14, here what we are doing, we are adding again 2 basically full length tests. 2 full length tests means morning there will be paper 1, afternoon paper 2. Again 5 days gap, morning paper 1, afternoon paper 2. Along with that, you will have the October current affairs in this phase. Because by this time, you could not cover the October current affairs. October will get over here. So in the final phase, whatever the important event that has been happened in the October month, that will be along with these 4 length, there will be 1 dedicated October current affairs. Okay, that is the basically entire planning. And the 15th November, 10th will be your last test. Last 4 days we have left as it is, so that you can revise everything and do the things. Okay, so and 15th November will be your KAS Prelims, right?
So just to add, Adi, this round is very, very crucial. This round, you can sit, Adi. Yeah, this round will set your pace for your entire preparation, because this 36 sectional tests, what you are seeing, this will cover your UPSC subjects, polity, economy, geography, environment, all these UPSC subjects also. It will cover your 25 months of current affairs, month-wise test. 25 months of current affairs also will be covered. 13 chapters of economic survey. As he told, only the last 2 chapters will be clubbed. Apart from that, other chapters are there. So 13 chapters will be given as 12 tests. So 12 economic survey tests, 25 current affairs, not 24, because October month will happen here. 24 months of current affairs, everything will be done in the year, along with your subjects. As he told, the subjects will be broken into topics. So that is done in order to make sure that you are consistent every day. If we directly start with a subject, you will not know how to prepare for that subject. That is why we have broken it logically into different topics. You can study the topic, come and write the test. But what I am trying to tell you is, this round 1 is difficult for you also, is difficult for me also. It is by design only. Why? Because every day we have to give a test. We have to take classes for you also. You also have to read current affairs also and the topics also, and come and write the text test the next day. So you have to do consistently, even we have to do consistently. As he told, after every 5 days, there will be purposely 2 days for you, not to enjoy, but to introspect what happened. 1 day is to introspect what happened before, how to improvise on that. Another day is to make sure that the next test, you prepare for the next test. That is why after every block, that is after every subject, we are purposely given 2 days break here. Okay. And the reason why we are starting on 10th of August is, Aditya sir will tell you why till 9th of August it is necessary for you to prepare properly, because what you do from 2 to 9 will decide how well you will execute round 1, which Aditya sir will tell in a minute. But overall, my emphasis is this rounds will automatically fall into place. Don't have any worry about that. round 2, round 3 and final phase, you will start enjoying it. Provided that you are consistent in round 1. In round 1 only, you have not written one full subject, you have missed one full week, you have not attended the class. If you go in round 1 in a haphazard way, automatically you will lose interest in round 2 and round 3. Then you will start seeking for shortcuts. Because here, you can find everything but not shortcuts. That is what I'm trying to tell. We don't give any PDFs at all. We only try to dictate and make you write. I hope you're understanding this. So we don't believe in shortcuts. So if you can work hard in round 1, automatically it will set the pace for all the other rounds. Okay?
Yeah. So you kept this 9 days because as you have said, suddenly if I start from 5th October, 5th August, 2 days you have to get ready. So what we want you to do is at least go through the current affairs so that in that day subject as well as current affairs together doing can become hectic, and that mean that can drop this thing. So what we are planning is this 7 to 8 days that you are having, try to cover your major syllabus. Let's say if a subject is polity, try to cover polity as much as possible, and along with that current affairs as much as possible. Don't worry about economic survey because that you can do after the class. So current affairs 1 year ka you just go through it so that in that time when you are having 5 days continuous test you can easily manage. So you are already ahead. So managing per day will not be a problem at that point. So that is the basic idea. So in that preparation phase, you have to consolidate yourself because to get into that mode itself will be a a kind of challenge. So keeping it 2 days, 3 days, just a gap, and then starting it from 5th August, we thought that it will become too risky for both of us basically, right? So it will be a more haphazard. Now you can plan well and prepare this 1 week very well. So all right. So that is one thing.
Do it like this only, Adi.
It will go. So as I said, scale of it, 58 tests will be there. So that means that all the tests will be of 100 questions, right? So within that 5,800 question you are going to write, or 2 hours per test means 58 2s are 116. So basically 1116 hours has been already been sat on the examination hall. So that means that when you are going to the exam, if you have written so many tests in the last 105 days, you will not have that pressure. Just 1 day before the exam, what question will come? Because you have already covered, let's say in polity, chapter wise you have covered. Then again in the round 2, again it will be subject wise, again polity would have been covered. In round 3, again polity and economy will be clubbed and again you would have covered. Then in final length test, may full length, 2 full length test is again you have covered. So 2 times again. So that means that almost 5 times you would have already covered your syllabus. And for each test, there will be a discussion. Okay, the discussion will be online, right? So that means that we will discuss where would have been, what is the kind of the trap that has been set in this question, what you would have thought about it. So in the test you will realize what is the gap that you are having. In the discussion we are going to fill that gap, right? So that means that in the next day when you are studying, you know that what is the common mistake you are doing and how to study for the next chapter. You will keep those things in mind and study so that you will not make those kind of mistakes again. So that is the basic idea, right?
So I hope that you are understanding the importance. There are 58 tests. After every test, there will be a discussion. So if there are 58 tests, barring the last simulation test, every test will have a discussion. That means after every test, you will have at least 50 discussions in the next 2 months. At least 50 discussions will be there. So attending every discussion is not for learning content. Attending every discussion is important for you to learn skills. Skills, how I used to teach in YouTube, just like how to answer those questions that come beyond any books. That techniques was taught to me by him only. Okay, so he will be handling the discussions. He'll be helping you teach the skills of how you can answer those questions, even if you don't know nothing. How can you use the language? How can you use the hints? How can you use the adjectives? How can you use the extremeness of the statement? These are the things that you will learn by attending the discussions. Again, it is a commitment that we have made in order to make the difference. Okay? Yes. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. Since we have already discussed the schedule, 36 sectional test. Again,
7 subject weeks. In that 7 subject weeks, every subject will be along with current affairs. Now the next is there will be 5 test days and 2 gap days. We have already told why the gap days is there. Every test will be 100 questions, 2 hours, 2 sections of 50. Why 2 sections? Because the second section will always be current affairs or economic survey. The first section will always be the subject. Okay?
Second, again, if you see,
Correct.
current affairs, what will be the second half of every paper as we have told? It will be current affairs, 1 month per test. After that, Karnataka economic survey, again chapter wise. Again, as we have told, budget schemes and policies will be covered on the week 7. The detailed timetable we will see once you understand it.
I'll share it once the orientation is done in my
Okay.
Telegram channel.
Okay. Then 9 full subject text, 1 test every alternative day, 1 subject, whole syllabus, 21 months of current affairs, or 22 if you consider October also, right? So because October, as I have told you, that we will cover in the first week of the November. So including that, it will be 22 months of
22.
current
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Okay. So 8 advanced state, subject combined, exam style, as I told you, full pattern paper 1 will be there. These are the 6 tests, it will be subject combined. And the last 2 tests will be full pattern paper 1, full pattern paper 2. So that, but here, when you are attending paper 1, that will be paper 1 only. Afternoon, there won't be paper 2. But in the final, round, what will happen? It will be paper 1 in the morning, paper 2 in the afternoon, right? Because that time you will not have to study. So here you can study paper 1 day, 2 days gap will be there, again paper 2 will be there. So that means that 1 day, 1 paper will be there. In the full length test, finally, you will have 2 papers per day. That is paper 1 in the morning, paper 2 in the afternoon. Again paper 1 in the morning, paper 2 in the afternoon, right? So that is your final one. Full length test 1, both the papers. October current affairs that we are going to add here. Full length test 2, both the papers. And then revision. No.
From 11 to 14, we are not going to touch anything because those 4 days is left to you. Okay.
Right? Right. Again, as we have told, same syllabus. Every time as we are going, we start increasing the difficulty. First, whenever you are asking the first round test, it will be purely from the standard sources, so that you see whether you have studied them properly or not. Right? So we are not going beyond a book in the first round, for the simple reason that you should not, whether you are studying the book or you studying it right.
Correct.
Both. Right? If I tell ask so many questions which is outside the book, then what will happen? You start believing that your study is not enough. You have multiple material and start studying, entirely will lose the focus. In the first round, we want you to cover the standard sources in such a way that if I have studied it, I am doing it. So scoring high marks in paper 1, round 1, shows that you are studying the books properly, you are picking the right things from the standard book. Right? So in that, basically, second, it will be subject by subject. First, it will be chapter by chapter will be checked. Then it will be the way exam asks. That means that the full paper will be asked. Okay. Then 22 months, 22 tests, never been clubbed.
This current affairs.
Current affairs has not been clubbed. Unless 4, 5, 6 months current affairs has been clubbed, then you don't know what to study. Any question, we also get lot of opportunity. Now here we are also restricted. January month I have given. I can't ask you the August current affairs. I have to search the current affairs which makes sense, then ask that question. So that means that it is challenging for us also while setting the paper. However, when we do that, most of the important topic will be covered, because when you are tackling 50 topics, polity may last 10, 5, 6 important topics we cannot miss. Economy may what was in the news, minimum 5 to 6 important topics. Similarly, Karnataka current affairs. So when we are doing it, the most important topic will be covered from every subject across that month. And in the second round, third round, whatever that is left out, that will come. So that means that whatever that is important from that month, that's though you are not going to miss, because you are attending 50 questions per each current affairs or each month current affairs. All right. So then the Karnataka edge, as we have told, we are covering Karnataka history, geography, Karnataka scheme, and Karnataka in environment.
So it has its own test day, it has its own classes. Karnataka history, Karnataka geography, Karnataka economic survey. It will have its own classes and its own tests. Okay, why? Because we want you to build that depth in Karnataka. Okay.
Right. For example, if you have ancient history, ancient, medieval, modern is there. Along with that, we have kept 1 day for Karnataka history itself. Right. 1 day for Karnataka geography itself. We are treating it as a separate subject. Not that, within ancient India, only 5 questions of Karnataka ancient India we will add. We want you to study Karnataka history also separately once, because there will be 5 to 6 questions. That means that it has, because you have not studied for your UPSC preparation also in that sense. So that means that that has to be kept. A separate class is also there. Separate test for that it also will be there. So that has been taken care. Okay. Then special classes for state papers, as I have told, history will be covered, geography will be covered. Then a class series and test day of its own. Right. Now, exclusive CSAT classes, as we have told, the entire CSAT classes will be covered. Again, this will be available in the video, live video classes, or the video that will be given to you, and that will be in your portal, you can watch. right? So similarly, when you are covering the, whatever the different type of question with not only the KPSC papers or, question will be covered, because covering KPSC question itself will be very less. Last 15 years, 4 times it has happened. So that means that how many question I will be having to cover. So what we will do, I will also take the question from other exam conducted by KPSC. Right, it can be for a other group C exam also, whichever having the degree as a entry branch. So from there also I will take, so that you will understand what is the kind of question that KP is asking with respect to CSAT, along with general question, different types of question, along with that what are the PYQs asked in the different exams also. So in that way you understand what is the level, how much you are supposed to prepare. All right. Then, yeah, as we have told, CSAT, Karnataka Economic Survey, History and
There is no separate fee. Yes.
okay, yeah. Now this is for paper 2 for non-science graduates, that is BCom, BA, or also someone who is weak in the science. We have studied science, then we have left science, right? After that, it's been so long that we have not touched the book. So just because we have studied 12th standard up to science does not mean that we are, scientists. Right? We have forgotten so many things. As the general science, though, people will forget unless they are very much interested in the science in the first place. So, for that, as we have discussed, we have taken the classes, and separate material for general science will be given, and quantitative aptitude will be covered. In that sense, both will be covered. So don't, paper 2 is something that will haunt for basically non-science student, because they think that there is quantitative aptitude, there is science and technology in that paper itself. Along with that, they feel that Karnataka Economic Survey schemes they have not studied. So that is another thing that is adding. So paper 2 is something that has become more, troublesome for the people. This you have to understand, and paper 2 is the most easiest to score. Whenever, I have scored, like I have told, 140, 150, 160, whatever that I have scored, it is in the paper 2. Right?
It's in a single paper. He's telling you a single paper.
Not together. So, because the idea is what? You will have 30 questions from quantitative aptitude. If you're really good at it, you already have a 60 marks in your pocket.
I think come a little this side.
Okay. So, yeah. You will have 60 marks in, already in your pocket, or you can have 50 marks in your pocket. Right. So it is very easy. Then 100 question, Karnataka Economic Survey, budget if you study, Karnataka current affairs if you study, 80 marks is there. Even if you score 55, 60, your marks is already at 110. Right. Still you have science and technology and ecology and environment. So if you are good at general science, automatically things are taken care of. So that is what we are telling. It is a defined syllabus. Paper 1, even after studying Vijayanagara Empire itself, there can be a question on Vijayanagara Empire. I still can go wrong.
Correct.
Right, but that is not going to happen with the science. If you have understood this law, then it is very more logical. You see the option, you can come to know what it will make sense. So that means that understanding these subjects, they are more data driven, objective compared to paper 1. Paper 1 mein humanity subject is more subjective. Geography, how many seas I will study. Even after that, which country is surrounded by, let's say, Serbia, I may still get confused. Right, so there is a chance, because it is not limited. But if you study and understand profit and loss, different 5, 6 or type of question, you will not get confused, because the question will be similar, only numbers will change. So that means that it will bring more, the kind of accuracy in your paper 2. So paper 2, don't let it happen so and so that you are losing because of paper 2. Make your paper 2 as your friend, because it is limited syllabus and you can score very good in paper 2 alone. Right? Right. So science, as we have talked about, right? So science and technology, 5 encounters before the exam, round 1. Again, see, this we have already discussed in detail, right? How we work after every one of the test finds the gap, discussion closes it, as I have told you, right? So whenever you are writing a test, you understand what is missing. Our discussion is going to fill, okay, this is what I should have supposed to be done. So it will act in that way. So that is why, even though 58 discussion is very, very troublesome for we also, every day come and discuss for 58 times. But still we have kept that discussion, because discussion is what? Is that synopsis will not fill it. Synopsis is nothing but again from the book we have given.
We will give the synopsis also, but
okay. we'll give the synopsis, but synopsis again you are studying the same thing, right? But in the discussion, what will happen? I will tell. This could have been eliminated if you have thought like this. So you start getting how to think. So that means the discussion will make your understanding in a much better way. How to eliminate, how to think about it, what to be covered, what not to be covered, right? So in that way.
One more thing is, see, we will tell you what time the discussion will be. After every test, that defined time is dedicated for test, because across the day people will be writing tests. It is not like in 2 hours, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, everyone will come and write. Across Karnataka, many people would have taken online also. They'll be also writing tests. Many people would have taken offline also. Some people will come in the early morning. Some people will come in the afternoon. Some people will come in the evening and write. So we will fix that particular time where we will be taking discussion, so that everyone across Karnataka can on that time watch together. Okay. Now, Aditya sir will be handling it, and the discussions will only add value if you interact with him. You should ask, sir, in this question I went like this. In this question I thought like this, but the answer is this. When you interact with him, he'll be able to help you out. If you come and just sit there, just like another class, thinking that sir will teach and I will listen, it is not going to work like that. He cannot cover 100 questions in that minimum time. So imagine if 50 discussions means 5,000 questions. No one can humanly discuss 5,000 questions every day, 100 questions. The objective of the test discussion is not for you to teach there. The objective of the test discussion is, amongst that 100 questions, what were the questions where you should have used your mind? What were the questions where you should have observed the hint? What were the questions where you could have used your wisdom of the subject to get the answer? And your doubts. The more you interact with him, the more you can extract his talent of how you can deduce the answer in MCQs. So understand the importance of test discussions. Don't miss it. At the end, I will tell you what is the time where we'll be having it.
Okay. So also we are providing synopsis. In synopsis, as I told you, solution to all 100 questions. Why some option is wrong, why some option is not correct. Not only that, we will also cover some extra information. Right. For example, the question is related to something about who is the member of GCC. Then it is not will end there. Then it will about GCC will also come. Right. So that means that whatever the extra information that is required to close that entire topic with respect to current affairs, that will be covered. But however, that you are not going to do in your basic subject, because we want you to study the book itself for the basic subject. I don't want to again add, if it is president election, president is the executive head of the country, that I don't need to again write it in my thing. 4 statements are there. I will discuss about who will be taking part in the election. Not extra information, what is the judicial power, what is it, that is already there in the book. But in current affairs, what will happen, the topic is something, but extra information that can be added from that topic, that also has to be covered. Right, so that will be covered in the extra synopsis also. Though why some option is wrong, that is anyways explained. Along with that, some extra information, whatever required with respect to current affairs, that will be covered. But if it is straight from book, again, I don't want to give the extra information there. Right? If there is some thinking process is involved, then I will, I would have written that thinking process in the, synopsis also. For example, if my question is about RP Act 1950, 1951, what should go to the RP Act 1950? Which kind of acts or which kind of rules will go to RPA, 1951? So that you should be knowing, whether it is structure or eligibility or right to vote, whatever the kind, which act will cover which things. So that next time, even though you have not studied all the provision, if you know the structure of it, you can think and put them. So that kind of thing is there, then I am going to add them. Okay, but not the content itself. RP Act 1950 ka complete content, that will not be added there. But in that way, because that is anyways available in the book, right? So direct from the book, that will be covered to the point, so that you can go and revise the book itself. Whatever it's outside the book, like current affairs, not only that about that news will be covered, extra information also will be covered.
So what you should understand is, every test synopsis that you get will have the last 50 questions of current affairs. Don't you think that that synopsis can only act as your notes for current affairs? So every synopsis that he gives after every day, let us say month of January, month of February, month of March, every synopsis will act as your summary of your current affairs of that one month and go. Are you understanding this? So that is the utility that you can make. When you take the last 10 tests of synopsis, you will have last 10 months of Karnataka current affairs or current affairs with you. So that is the advantage that I am trying to tell you. So take advantage of that synopsis. It will not be dumped. Like how, we see other places, we will not dump it. We will very carefully curate it exactly how it will help you to revise properly. Okay? Okay.
Then mode of the program.
Correct. Let me just take it. Yes. So, see, very important, listen to this very carefully. It's a little this thing. Now, there are 2 modes of opting for the program. Okay? Let me just go here. Okay. So there are two modes of opting the program. You have online KARTAVYA KAS Prelims 2026 program, and then you have offline KARTAVYA KAS Prelims 2026 program. You can go to SUDEEPVERSE.in, you can go to programs, you will find both. Okay, you have both. I've already launched it. You people can enroll it, but listen to this very, very carefully. This is very important. Now, what is the difference between online student and offline student who's subscribing for it? The difference is only this: online students will write the test online in the online portal. Offline tests can come offline and write the test. Now, we have already discussed taking another building because we are expecting almost 400 to 500 students to enroll for offline, because we already have that much of students who are interested. This class cannot see. Understand that I did not call anyone to offline. I purposely did not call because I knew that my class is limited. Already you can see that most of them are sitting. If I had called offline, there would have been no place. I should have sent them back. That is one of the reason why I'm doing this is one KAS KARTAVYA, whoever will subscribe on offline, we will search for we have searched already another building. So it is next to our building only. So you can write the test there. Offline students can come and write the test offline. I have no issues with that. But irrespective of you have taken offline or you have taken online, the test discussions, whatever sir will do, that will be online only. So whatever time we will say, you just have to come to the, irrespective of your offline or your online, you go to the my website, you go to the SUDEEPVERSE.in, you log in with your email address, you can watch the classes there. Classes will be available there. Now, not only is test discussions, is CSAT classes will also be online. Because again, we cannot accommodate 400 to 500 people in this class. You'll be teaching in this class. And we cannot selectively tell only you people can come, others cannot come. So, irrespective of you have taken offline or online, tests you can definitely come and write. But classes will be online only. So, that classes will be economic survey classes of mine, Karnataka history, Karnataka geography classes of mine, or CSAT classes of his. Along with everyday test discussion, you can find it in the portal. You can go and log in the portal. Offline, why we have searched the building is only because few people will always feel that writing offline is actually helpful for me, sir. That is why we have taken that pain to make sure that you can come and write the test offline. Definitely you can. I hope you understood this. So the tests, offline or online, your choice. Okay, you can subscribe for it when you're subscribing. If you're subscribing KARTAVYA offline, that means you can come and write tests offline. If you're subscribing for KARTAVYA online, that means that you have to write the test online only. Don't subscribe for online and come and write in offline. It is not allowed. Okay, if you're subscribed for KARTAVYA online, you have to write the tests online only. Now, KARTAVYA online is more important for me because many people, my students of Kranti are from Karnataka, Raichur, they're from Belagavi, they're from Bijapur, so they are from there. So I wanted to help them out. Okay, that is why I've created that online portal also. Okay. The next, as I told you, classes online for offline and online students. So please make sure that irrespective of your offline or online, please make sure that you watch in that portal. Okay. Discussions online after every test. I will tell you the time where you can attend the discussion. That's what I told you. You write the test that day, you go back home, you start revising. On that particular time when we tell, you can log in, look at the discussion, stop it there and continue your preparation. You don't have to come sometime to the class, sit there, again go back all the way. It's a waste of time. You have come, written the test, you're gone, you have started your preparation again. On that particular time, what we have told, you can log into the website, watch the discussion, close it, and continue your studies. I hope you're understanding this. So your intervention in this particular, this thing offline will be very minimal. You will come, write the test, go back. That is all you'll be doing. Clear with this? The next is, I'll come to this. Okay. Apart from this, all right.
Live discussion will be available.
Discussion, yeah. See, one more thing. Discussions and classes will be live. Okay, discussions and classes will be live. So we will tell you the time also. Discussions and classes will be the live. So either you can watch it live or you will get one recorded view. And in our portal, we have designed it in such a way that when I say one recorded view, it means if you click on play, you have to watch till the end. You cannot say that I'll watch half today and then half tomorrow. Or you cannot say that I'll watch half in the morning, half in the evening. You cannot. If you click on play, you have to watch that day only and that flow only. But people may say, sir, what if I have to take a restroom break? You can pause the video, take a break for 15 to 20 minutes. That is not an issue. But don't go back or don't refresh the page. You have to watch the video in one go. So live classes will be available. One recorded view will be available. But that one recorded view means you have to watch it in one flow. In between, you can pause and take breaks, but you have to watch it in one go. I hope this is very, very strict, because we know that if we give more views, students will misuse that, and we don't want that to happen. That's why we have by design. Now, many students will tell, sir, I am very, you know me from so long, I want you to give me more views. It is not possible. The entire software is designed in such a way that I can give only one view. Not for one student. Every student it works that way. So I hope this is also clear. It is available both offline and online, but offline students can write the test, but everything else will be doing in online only. So that is clear. Okay.
Synopsis.
Synopsis. Yes, synopsis will, yeah, I'll come to that. I'll come to that because the entire thing, Now, guys, this is the unfortunate news that we have to tell. This entire program will be done in English medium. Okay. I understand because many of my students in Kranti had told that, sir, it is unfair for our Kannada medium. We tried. Ask Aditya, sir, we tried our best to get Kannada translators to help us out with this. We could not. Okay. We could not get good Kannada translators. The second, we tried to use Google Translate also. We thought that test series, at least let us try to give in Google Translate. It is not coming to the standards that we want. So, just because we want to attract more students, just because we want to gather more money, we don't want to do that. Because by Google translating and giving the question paper, it will be injustice for Kannada medium students. That is what I felt. So, we decided to drop it. Instead of doing that injustice, we thought that we will not keep that at all. Kannada medium students, definitely you can take the question paper, you can make use of it. Our help will always be there, but we don't have the human resources for running this program in both Kannada and English. We have very limited resources. As people who attend other programs of mine, I've seen that everything will be handled by me, myself. So we don't have that human resources. That is why we tried to get 1 or 2 people. We tried to see their translation also. It did not suit the standards. We thought that it is not correct to go ahead with it. That's why we had dropped it. So the unfortunate thing is, whatever we will do, obviously sir can also talk bilingual. I can also talk bilingual. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಸರು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೂ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೂ ತುಂಬಾ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡೋದು, it is an art. We don't have that heart to teach you in Kannada. We know the language of Kannada. So, just because bilingual ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಕ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. We don't have that. He has written mains in Kannada, so he may have the competency, but I am speaking on my behalf. I don't have the competency to teach anyone in Kannada. And I don't want to have that any injustice on the students of Kannada. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂನಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬೇಡಿ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್, ಸಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರನ್ನೋ ಒಬ್ರನ್ನ ಕರ್ಸಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಹಾಕಿ ಕನ್ನಡಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು diminish or tarnish even a percent of our trust that students have in us. My students are Kranti students only. After I started my institute, the people who have held my hand, who have made my entire institute a success is Kranti students. Yakashtu trust ide avarge. Why do they love me so much? Why do they come for master prelims? Why do they come for mains foundation program? Is the trust and the faith that they have with me. Duddu engidru ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. Okay, it is not that ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, but that is not the agenda or the objective. The agenda or the objective is to keep that faith, and that faith is my greatest responsibility. That is why, please don't mind, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಡಿ. This program will be in English medium. Definitely you can make use of it and convert it into Kannada medium if you want to. You have anything, sir? No? Okay. 1 second. All right. So, where's the price? Next, Allah. I don't want to show them. 1 second. Next is the price. Okay. Because then they will be shocked. It is so costly. Okay. Guys, we are giving you 58 tests. We are giving you so many classes. Can you guess what can be the fees? Don't tell 999. Then I have to close down and go. Can you tell me what can be the fair price? 15K. 15K is fair price. 6,000 is fair price. I'm not trying to win an argument here. I'm just trying to feel where you stand with our pulse. Because I told you, why we have created Kranti is, the main reason is it has to impact the entire Karnataka. Okay, unfortunately we could not get that Kannada medium human resource. Otherwise we would have, definitely done it for them also. But we want to show you that if you follow a systematic framework, you can clear this exam. All we want you to do is, don't use your mind to know how to prepare. You just prepare. We have given you the how. We will share you the timetable also. Your job is just follow the timetable. ದಿಸ ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಪಾಲಿಟಿಲಿ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಈ ಮಂತ್ ಇದೆ, ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೋಗಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬರಿತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಅದಿದೆ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. You don't have to balance all the 5 sections of 2 papers. We will balance it for you. Your job is only to follow the timetable. Just follow the timetable and automatically in the 36 days, sorry, in the 36 tests, the first round of 36 tests, if you can balance my timetable and if you can just go for the 36 tests, all the 5 sections ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. CSAT ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, SNT ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ecology ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, economic survey ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ, along with current affairs. Just make sure that you balance and go with that particular this thing. Anyways, I'll reveal the okay, where is it? Joining Karnataka, okay, joining KARTAVYA. Okay, is this fair? Yes or no? Loudly. Yes. It looks like I'm holding a gun and telling tell or not, otherwise I'm going to is this fair? Correct. 6,000, no one is going to give you so much of half of the thing for you will go in Xerox only. Okay, but the idea is to create that impact and show that if you work in a systematic way, you can clear this exam. Okay, and there is nothing called offline this, online this, there is nothing. There is only one fees. There is nothing called only test series fees. There is nothing called only classes fees. There is only one thing. I told you that. The only difference that we have kept between the students is offline students can come and write the test. Online students can write the test where they are, except that there is no other distinction between offline and online students. I hope you understand this. So everything else you will be getting for this price. As I told you, the main objective was availability, accessibility and affordability. I hope this is affordable. Okay, whatever we are going to give you, I hope this is more than affordable. Okay, and if we have to survive with this price, what one request that I want to make with all the students of Karnataka is you have to support us. Okay, you have to support us because for us you are our words of mouth. You have to go and talk about the quality that we give. I'm not telling tomorrow only you go and talk. You write the test, you understand our quality, you see our planning, you see our teaching, you go and talk. You are the ones who are going to uphold genuinity and the hard work that we are going to put through. Because as he told, every test will be having discussions, CSAT classes will be there, economic survey is there, current affairs we have kept month wise so that it is challenging to us also, not only you. So whatever we have designed is a challenge both for you as well as us, and our survival depends on how well you are going to uphold our name in the market. So I hope you will do that. I hope the entire students of Karnataka will subscribe to this program and will make good use of it. But what we can tell you from our side is Kartavya is a two-way street. Our duty is to empower you, and your duty is what? Your duty is what? Not pass the exam. Pass the exam is not our aim. Conquer that exam. Okay, if you just follow this timetable, you will not pass this exam, you will definitely conquer it. I have shown how to do it in Kranti. We are going to show how to do it in this Kartavya program also. Okay, any final words, sir?
Yeah, these are their duties.
This is the Kartavya, the 5 rules
that you have to do, right? One, you have to write test on every day. Don't just skip that I have not revised them properly. It's okay if you have not revised also, how you are going to do. Let's see that also. So that way, try to have this. Second, stick to the timetable, because many of you will be writing for the online. You may start feeling that it will take extra 20 minutes. When it happens is generally when you are attending question on quantitative aptitude. You might not get enough time to cover the paper, then you feel like I will cover it and see how I am doing. Right? In the exam, how you are doing, please do like that. Third is basically, please attend the discussion. Discussion is not for extra knowledge. The content wise anyway, synopsis will cover enough. What is, the discussion will be about is how you could have tackled this question. If it is purely factual, then I might say it is purely factual. But where you could have applied the logic, where you could have, thought process would have been gone, that you are going to learn. That happens repeatedly, then you also start thinking like that. Right? When everybody says that how I clear, it is not about that extra content I have. I have also studied the same book, what other thing. But whenever I see the question, how do I look at the question? That matters basically. Can it be answered? Can it look so? How it comes through that logic. So that when you are discussing and understanding it, you will understand the philosophy behind it. Right? So that you are going to understand when we are doing this. Right? So maybe we are understanding the logic behind certain rules. Right? Why they have done this, why they have not done this. So once you understand the rules, when you are studying for the next time, you will not forget it. Right? So because you are now not learning the rules, but you are understanding the logic behind that rule. So in that way, in the discussion, those things that you will are going to add. So watch every discussion, right? And then keep one error log. What kind of mistake? Error means I have done mistake in this question. No, not in that way. Error log means, for example, here I am missing. I am not observing. Let's say if they have given, Central Pollution Control Board has been created under, Environment Protection Act 1986. You have made it correct. Then you realize that no, it is not Environment Protection Act 1986, but rather than Water Act 1974. Now that means that while reading Central Pollution Control Board you have studied, but you have not observed it is a statutory body under which act. The question came, you have missed it. Now you mark that this is the mistake I am doing, so that whenever you are reading for any other topic, you start observing it. So because that error log will always remind you what is the kind of mistake you are doing. Right. So that will keep that one, and then basically protect your gap days. As I have told you, this 2 days is not for free. Right. 5 days will be the test in the round 1, because you have already exhausted in that 5 days. Right. You have written to, attended the discussion also, studied also. So that 2 days feels like a weekend. Right. So I will take a break. Now you see, software engineer, 5 days they will work. Next 2 days chill. That should not be done. These 2 days basically, you take a little break. It's fine. But make sure that the 2 days are used for what it is intended to. One, whatever that is missed in that 5 days you are going to cover. Second, you are preparing for the next week test. That 1 day you are keeping it for that, so that it can be start rolling. These 5 things what you do on a regular basis without missing a single test, attending all the discussion, keeping the error log and making sure that you know where things are going wrong, and then basically protecting that 2 days, that itself will take care. Because the major problem in this exam is the planning. Every time we spend most of our time where plan. That we have already done for you. You follow the plan now. So how well you follow the plan matters now. That's it. Right? You don't need to think every day morning, this day what I have to study. Because I told you this you have to study. This syllabus is given. So that means that the plan is ready. So all you have to follow it. That is what we have to do, and be sincere with yourself. Right? Any last words?
Yeah. See, once again, the final things. These are some common things that you should know when you're getting the admissions done. Overall, sudeepvers.in. If you click on programs online, I did not want to show you the price. So already it is live. So you can enroll either for offline, or you can offline, or either for online. So you can click on enroll, and you can enroll now. Understand, this is how it works. Once you enroll, wait for 1 day, you will get an email. In that email, there will be a Telegram link. Please join the Telegram link. All the updates. When will the classes start? When will the discussions be there? Any update that we have to give will be done through the Telegram. Okay, so please make sure that you join the Telegram group once you are enrolled in this. You will get the email. 1 or 2 days you wait. Don't worry about it. 1 or 2 days you wait, and you will get the email. Okay. The next is, sir, you wanted to tell what needs to be done from now. Today till, why are we starting on 10th of August? 2nd to 9th, what should they do?
Yeah, that's what. First, one thing, current affairs is something that you have to cover, because as you know that every day, 1 month current affairs can become tricky at that point of time, because along with that you are studying static also. And 2 hours is going on tests. Maybe around 2 hours will go also on discussion. So you'll have less time on everyday basis to cover the next day topic. So it is better that, that is why even the test series is starting with polity. Because why I have kept polity? I want to keep that subject where already people is comfortable. When people are comfortable, in these 10 days, you can just go through polity once, so that you are saving the time, and current affairs along with that, how much current affairs that you can do that. So that, if you can finish polity and economy, good enough. So that means that try to use these 10 days to, cover the subject along with the current affairs, so that you don't feel heavy every time on everyday basis. Because whenever you start feeling heavy, few people will press it, but few people will start leaving it up.
Giving up.
Yes. Right. So giving up is something, feel that, okay, I will write it on Saturday, I will cover everything, write 2 tests on Saturday. So they will start planning like that. So even if you have not prepared, it's okay, because we have given 1 extra day. That day you can cover if something is missing. But next day, don't think that this is not covered, I will not cover the next thing. I will continue. If, in this syllabus, let's say 1 chapter is left out. It's okay, leave it. Come and attend the test. Next day, whatever the syllabus is, study that only. That left out chapter you can cover on the 6th day. Don't keep it for the next day itself, so that every day you are making sure that you are reading and attending the test. Because one common mistake the students make is something like, every time I have asked them, why you have lost the marks? I could not revise, that is why I lost. They never believe that the way they are reading is the problem. They never think that, how to apply the logic is the problem. They think that they have not studied, that is how they have lost the marks. Because this is what in our graduation, because last 5 days, 1 week, 1 month before the exam we have studied, got 70 marks. So we always thought that, if I have studied entire year, I have scored around 90. But that will not work that way. Because after certain score, every score become difficult. It is not just the number of, days that you would have given. So if you prepare well and give, then you really know where exactly you are missing, what exactly you are missing. Then you can start fixing. Otherwise, your only reason or excuse is, I have not studied properly, I have not revised properly. So do well for the test, prepare well for the test, then give the test, so that we can understand where exactly you are missing. You can understand where exactly you are missing. Everybody will have a different problem. You can start addressing it in the next test. That is how you have to be planned.
Sir, so economic survey, don't worry. I'll take the class. I will make you prepared. CSAT, don't worry. You will start the class. CSAT classes will be starting after a few days. Maybe 6th or 7th, we will start it. You will be starting the classes. As I told you, offline or online, the videos will be available. Live one view, recorded one view. Okay. So your job now, where your efforts will go is current affairs. When the tests start from 10th, because every day you will have one month of current affairs. If you feel that then I will start reading current affairs, you cannot. So from today, that is 2nd till 9th, you have the time to revise current affairs. Someone asked which material to study. Any one material, it really doesn't matter, because we will cover it comprehensively. But I don't want you to go blindly in current affairs. Read one material and go. Whatever is important from the KS perspective, we would have covered it. But I want you to prepare this 2nd to 9th. I want you to prepare, as he told, the current affairs thoroughly. Okay, because that will give you a lot of space during the time when the marathon starts. The 36 tests, if you are done with your current affairs, you can focus on your basics properly. If you have not done the current affairs, how will you read 1 month current affairs in one day? I hope you are understanding this. I hope you are getting the reality of it. Many people will then give up. They will tell that, what is this 1 month current affairs, one day they have kept. Please don't give up. Okay, every month 50 questions will come from our side. You should enjoy those questions, and you will enjoy those questions if you are prepared now. So 2nd to 9th, make sure that you start preparing current affairs thoroughly. We will start the CSAT classes. We will announce the exact date of the CSAT classes when it starts, what time the CSAT classes will be live also. We will also tell you what time the, test synopsis. This is one more important information I wanted to give. Synopsis will not be given as hard copy, we will give it as soft copy. Okay, so whosoever has taken the enrollment, because then Xerox it will go. All your money will go in my Xerox money only. That is why. So yes, offline students, question paper will be given. You can mark on the question paper. OMRs will be given. That is fine. But the synopsis part, we will upload the synopsis. Even let us say that today there was polity test. You started writing the polity test. We have announced that at around exactly 5 o'clock in the evening, we will upload the synopsis. So every day on that particular time, we will upload the synopsis. All this information will be given in the Telegram channel once you join. Okay. So the information that will be given is, when is the CSAT class starting? What's the timings of the CSAT classes? What time will be the test discussions? And what time will be upload the synopsis? All this information will be given once you enroll and come to the Telegram channel. Okay. There will be delay in getting the email, 1 or 2 days. Don't worry about it. By 9th, everyone would have got the email. Everyone would have got the link to join the Telegram channel. So don't be anxious if you don't get the email after enrollment. We do it manually. It is not automatic. We have to verify and then send you the email. So it will take some time. But everyone will get it by 8th. If you have not got it, then you can leave a message. Okay. You can leave a message at 80506-57896. You can WhatsApp to this number. Try to WhatsApp and tell us the query, because that will give us the time to then look into it and then get back to you. Okay. So that is the number that you can WhatsApp us to. Okay. The next is guys, this is very important. See, launching SUDEEPVERSE KS, it is not something flashy that I'm trying to do. I am trying to create one more YouTube channel called SUDEEPVERSE KAS. Whatever updates, this is the last session that I will have in this channel of SUDEEPVERSE IAS, because the algorithms are getting, my algorithms are getting spoiled. KAS students will come and watch during the KAS times. Then that views will go down once the KAS exam is done. My algorithms will not read my channel properly for IAS candidates. So, because I want to preserve I have worked a lot to get that algorithm back to my favor. So, I don't want again for it to fall after the KS exam is over. So, from after this video, whatever next video that I'll be doing it in SUDEEPVERSE KAS. Okay. The link to this particular channel is pinned in the description of this live video, and I will share it to you in my Telegram group also. So, in the Telegram group or in the YouTube description, I'll share 3 links. The first link is YouTube channel. The second link is a dedicated Telegram channel for KAS. That is a public channel. Everyone can join. You don't have to subscribe for a program to join. And the third is timetable. I've already shared the timetable. So these are the two links that I will share. YouTube channel as well as Telegram channel. These are public channels. You people can join. Whatever updates henceforth. See, don't think that we will only be confined ourselves to only this test series and our program. Even if you people have not enrolled, we will be generally guiding how to go about preparing for your KS exam. All those videos henceforth regarding the KS exam will only come in this channel. It will not come in this channel because it will hurt my algorithms. Okay, which I worked very hard. I hope this is clear. Okay, all right. So, okay, guys, the registration is now open. SUDEEPVERSE.in. You can go. You can enroll now. I hope the price is fair, and I hope that students across Karnataka can make use of it. I can assure, because I know him very well. I know his competency very well. I can assure you that this program will help you to clear and conquer this exam. This I can assure you. Kranti also I told the same thing. Just follow my approach and it will work. Look how many students from Kranti have gone to interview. Okay. This also I am trying to tell. I am not trying to sell anything. If I wanted to sell, I would have done it very differently. I am trying to just tell you or impress upon you that we believe in systemizing the way we prepare. That is our strength. And we will systemize the hell out of it. You just have to follow what we do. You will do this? Are you happy with the program? Thank you, welcome, and all the very best, guys. Give one round of applause to Aditya sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for coming and believing in us. Thank you. Online guys, yes, Megha Patil also asked the same thing. Sir, for working professionals.
Yeah, the test you can take any time. If you are online, it will be available on that particular day. You can take any time. Classes will be live. It will be, we will fix the time. Let's say
recorded
6 to 8.
is there, no? We'll have see, one more thing is, because it has to help everyone, our discussions and our what is that? Classes we are not sure. Discussions will usually be in the evening only. Because in the morning you'll be writing the test. If he does the discussion in the morning only, then no one will be there. We want you to write the test. In the evenings, exact time we will announce in the Telegram, but it will be more or less in the evening part only. The test discussions will be in the evening part. Classes, it depends on his availability. If he does it in evening, it is okay. If he does it in morning, it is fine. That I cannot assure. Test discussions, usually we'll have it in the evening. So that you people would have written the test, then you would have the doubts to ask. Okay? And working professionals.
Yeah, same thing. Working professional, test you can take any time. But discussion will happen, let's say in the evening. Okay, every day. So if you cannot watch, if due to work this thing, then you can watch it online. After your work, it will be available in the portal. So you can watch at that point of time.
Okay. CSAT level. Someone is asking CSAT level, will it be UPSC level or KS level?
It will be KPSC level. So that means that, the basic numeracy will be not taken 5 classes or 6 classes. Right. So more it will be on, what exactly KPSC is asking. Okay. So don't worry about it. By the time, if you have finished CSAT classes, you will be comfortable with the CSAT for your examination. Okay. Sir, how to balance with UPSC?
See, how to balance it with UPSC is, for the first time, they have told that when will be the prelims exam, when will be the mains exam. So that gives you the clarity. So now, November 15th is the prelims exam. The mains exam is in February 10th or something, right? February 10th. So, when you are preparing for the next 100 days, you are not only preparing for KPSC, you are also preparing for UPSC. Why? Why do I say this? I wouldn't have told this many years back. But now I tell you that when you are preparing for KPSC, you are also preparing for UPSC, because the standards of questions in KPSC has almost gone on par with the standards of questions of UPSC. So, yes, you will be doing additional readings also. Karnataka budget, history, that and all is additional. Barring that, you will anyway reading polity, you will be doing economy, you will be doing modern India, ancient medieval. So, whatever you are going to do will anyway help you for your UPSC prelims. So, the next 100 days, whatever time you are dedicating for your KPSC preparation, think of it that you are also becoming a master in, because whatever question paper that we are setting for you, we are not keeping in mind that you have to ace KPSC. We are trying to keep in mind that are you able to match the standards of UPSC that is being asked in KPSC? I hope you are understanding this. So the questions that we set, the standards will be of UPSC level only. So if you are able to study and come, you are going to match the level that they are now testing in KPSC also, that is UPSC standards only. Okay, so one is that. The next 100 days you will be preparing for prelims. It can be KS also, it can be UPSC also. It will help you out. So once you're done with November, you go with KS, exclusive KS mains preparation, because I know that you people will clear and you will start writing. Once you're done with your KS mains, February, you're done with your KS mains, you will have 2.5 months left for UPSC prelims. For that 2.5 months, studying for UPSC prelims is enough because you've already done the studies in these 100 days. You have solved more than 58 tests here. Before I used to not tell like that because you don't know when the mains exam is. What is the gap between the mains exam and the next UPSC prelims? But now you know the gap. February 15th or 16th, your mains, KS mains will get over. May 28th is your UPSC prelims. So you know exactly how much time is left. I hope you're understanding this. Now, two things. One, what I want you to do is keep two targets. If you are able to, next second to ninth, make sure that you master the current affairs. If you are able to keep up with our timetable and also make extra 3 hours time for yourself, read optionals. I am again telling you clearly, if you can make up with our timetable and then have extra 3 hours, only then you start with your optionals. Or if you don't have time, but you have time enough only to make up with our timetable, just go with our timetable. Think of it as, it will help me in my prelims, UPSC also, so I will put my efforts like this only. You can work in these lines. I hope this is clear. This is how you balance both KPSC and UPSC. Okay, but it is completely impossible if you want to be really good in everything. There should be some trade-off. The trade-off is, yes, you have to bring a little bit down on your UPSC preparation. You have to increase a little bit of KS preparation. That is how it is. Because you have 100 days left. And you have certainty that it is going to happen. We are not speculating on it. So it has to be a trade-off. Okay? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more thing about current affairs. Few students are saying how many months current affairs has to be studied in these 9 days. See, start from January 2025. So that, let's say per day one current affairs, that means that around 7 to 8 months. That is one thing. Second thing, see, please make sure don't study everything that is there in the current affairs. That means that use your brain. For example, what is the fiscal deficit of Karnataka? If you are studying that in the month of, let's say, April 2025, now already April 2026, this year it has already been changed. So there is no point studying the revenue deficit of India in 2025 current affairs magazine. Okay, what was our loan, whatever it is. Or similarly, let's say some awards, a regular award, Padma Shri award, So if you have already studying it, if he is from Karnataka, even if it is 2025, you can study it, if a person is from Karnataka. But let's say if you are studying the Padma Shri award to some person, or Padma Bhushan award, then last year it is not that important. So wherever you feel that again something has happened this year of the similar kind, so that is the recent current affairs, that you can study, right? So the datas wise, ranks and other things, which has happened last year in the month of February and January, don't need to focus. If you are focusing it also, make it a box and then clearly have it 2025, 2026. So that if the question is asking directly, who won Padma Vibhushan in 2025, then you will be ready, right? But don't get confused with the numbers. Numbers will be keep changing. So if last year fiscal deficit, last year revenue deficit does not matter this year, because this year budget mein things have changed. So those things you try to always make sure that if something has changed this year, don't worry about those things. But other than that, you can cover the things.
Two more questions. One student has asked, sir, I'm already attending your mains program. How to go about it? We will discuss it in our mains program only. We don't want to spoil the momentum. One more person is asking, sir, in the online tests, can we download the paper and write it offline in our house? No. It will be like a online proper exam where the timer, once you click on the start exam, the timer will start. The questions will be there, so you'll start marking the questions. Otherwise, you'll not have the seriousness. I understand that, yes, sir, I need to practice with an OMR. What you do is, online questions are there in the laptop. You keep the OMR next to you only and do. Okay, so don't worry about it. But you will not be able to download it. The questions will be embedded and the quiz will start with the timer. You can come back and forth. You can skip the question. You can pass the question. Your negatives, all these things are there. That is all fine. Functionality is fully done, but you will not be able to download it. I hope this is also clear. Okay. Sujay, I hope you have answered that. When do we get the test results? By the end of the day, we will try to get the test results because we have to collect all the OMRs. We cannot keep scanning. So let us say that I will allow you people to write the test from morning 9 o'clock till afternoon 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Then I have to collect all the OMRs, scan it and upload the results. So maybe in the night time. Okay, we will tell you the exact time once 1 or 2 tests are done. Okay, because we also need to understand what are the logistics involved in it. So once 1 or 2 tests are done, then we will be able to fine tune exactly the time when we can collect everything and get it scanned and give you the result. So that is what make sure that you join the Telegram group. All the updates will be done there itself for people who have enrolled the program. Should we focus on UPSC? If you are clear that no sir, KPSC is not something that I want to pursue, go for UPSC. I am a student who is happy to always, I'm a teacher who is always happy to tell you, if you have that clarity that no sir, I want to follow only one. I can follow UPSC or I can follow KPSC, go for anything you want. If you have clarity, clarity is always good. Okay, so that is also fine, not an issue. But because you have certainty of dates this time, you don't have to take a call now. You have certainty of dates, you now prepare, just prepare. Once you get the rhythm, once you are able to score properly, once you are confident in your prelims, once you clear KAS prelims, automatically your mind will tell, I have cleared this difficult paper only, why can't I appear there also? So it depends on where you stand on that particular day and not today. So today only don't decide what I'm going to do. You just start preparing and see how it goes once you come to that stage where you take the test and see how your confidence levels are. Okay? Too many questions are there. Once again. How much time do we need to invest for classes every day apart from tests? See, classes, Aditya sir, CSAT classes will be maybe how many hours sir? 2 hours? 3 hours?
2 hours.
2 to 3 hours of classes. That's what I told you. You don't have to come anywhere. Irrespective of you take offline or irrespective of you take online, we will tell you the live time. You can either watch live or you can watch recorded. So you watch it you customize it according to the time that it will be free for you. But studying is very important, guys. Okay, classes will definitely do. Okay, our classes will definitely be impactful and it will be good. But you also studying will be very important. Okay. Which Telegram can I find the timetable? I'll put it in the comment section, Srinivas. Okay, my Telegram channel. I'll put it in the comment section. Okay. Yes, sir. Where to find Karnataka current affairs? Because I never done it before. Adi, where to find Karnataka? I think any magazine, one magazine.
One magazine.
Any one magazine. We don't have to. We cannot take the names because all of them are our friends. If we tell one person, other person will not be happy. We cannot tell do this and don't do this. So any one magazine. You people decide whichever is good. Obviously, you people will be more wiser when you discuss with yourself outside. So you discuss whichever is more better, and you can take that one magazine and revise. Okay. If I take offline course, can I write in online mode as well? No. Tests you cannot. If you take in offline mode, for tests, if you take in offline mode the tests, you cannot write online. Okay, offline if you take, the test will be offline only. You cannot write online. Then it will be unfair. Then everyone will take offline only. Why will they take online? Okay, so if you take tests, if you take the program offline, only tests will be offline, everything else will be online only. That is the only difference that we are creating. Okay. No. If you are preparing for KS, now don't focus on mains. 100 days is not, see, yes, there comes a point where, sir, I have been clearing UPSC prelims. Then you can go ahead and prepare for mains till the last, maybe 30 days. If you have been clearing UPSC prelims, then I would suggest you to go ahead and prepare for mains also along with, I'm talking KS mains. KS mains also along with KS prelims. But if you have not cleared UPSC prelims once also, then I would, what do you think?
Yeah, you have to study because only 105 days is there.
Correct.
So it is not a wise idea to prepare mains. See, once you clear the prelims, 3.5 months if you work from day and night, mains can be covered because mains also here very detailed syllabus, right? So since it is detailed, if you can cover all, then it is easy. And within that, ethics is not something that you have to give, too many days also. So easily you can cover if the syllabus is detailed, right? Only apart from current affairs, 3 papers are there. Let's say 3.5 months time is there. That is more than enough to cover, right? So that you don't worry now. Don't mix up the things. Even if you study now, you don't do very well because writing the answer at the end of the day matters. You don't get enough time to study and then write the answer, everything at this point of time. If you are already, clearing, as Sudeep Sir has said, if you are someone who is clearing the prelims regularly, prelims is not an issue, not at all an issue, then you can, keep certain time and keep doing. But if you have never cleared the UPSC prelims and KPSC means you are writing for the first time, competition is very high because everybody when, like this timetable are given, even those who are not serious start feeling that something I will write because everything is fixed now. By next June, your result will be announced. Right, June 5th is the result day they have given. That means that, by next year, by this time, If you have done very well, you will be officer. So that means that everybody wants to write at that point of time. So the competition will increase at that point of time, right? So it is better that if you are really good at the things, then you can take. But if you're not, then don't take the chance, because everybody is writing, that competition level will be there. Better to prepare well and clear one at a time. Once you clear, you have that energy to do the second one. Right?
Okay. Adi, take this question. The current affairs question. It is here. Okay. This last question. The one question see, Raja is asking, sir, how a few words about strategy for working professionals. I will make more videos for KAS students. Don't think that only people who enroll, I will make videos. As I told you, that SUDEEPVERSE KAS channel, I will be making videos and living it. I will help you for working professionals also how to do. That is the first thing. The second, one more student asks, sir,
Two current affairs. Yeah. So question is basically, should I study 2 current affairs magazines? Right. Our advice will always be a single current affairs magazine. One magazine will be more than enough.
no, what they're asking is, should I read 2 magazines, one for national, one for state? That is their question.
Oh, yeah, see, if that is the case, and if you find that material is worth of that kind, right? For example, what will happen is, let's say I am studying UPSC magazine for national and international, and if they are covering very well, but for Karnataka related current affairs, let's say one magazine is covering well, you can do that. But don't mix it up. In next month, you start feeling that here national is also good, I start going here. So if you are following the strategy, keep that one strategy as it is.
But let us give them clarity. Follow one magazine.
Follow one magazine.
That one magazine that will cover national also, international also,
And
state
Karnataka
also.
also. That
Follow
is
like
better.
that. Don't get confused. Okay. Follow that only. That is only better. Anyway, we will also be covering it. You will also be doing it. One magazine is enough. Okay. One more student asked, Karnataka history and Karnataka geography classes, how long will it be? I will also be taking 2 to 3 hours only. Okay, so that it should not be that one marathon only. I will just finish everything. I'll also be keep taking 2 to 3 classes, but it is not as difficult as we seem. It is very easy. UPSC subjects only we finish very easily. So these are much more smaller subjects. So we'll be finishing it properly itself, systematically. Okay, 2 to 3 hours, guys. 2 to 3 hours will be the classes. Current affairs classes iralla. There is nothing called current affairs
classes is nothing, again you don't need to again study the same thing. Current affairs already you have to study magazine, that would be more than sufficient.
Yes, you have to read monthly current affairs. January month ka current affairs.
No, January full.
doesn't
January,
work like that,
polity, governance, everything.
Polity-wise, current affairs, not much would have happened in Karnataka. Okay, so don't. It doesn't work like that. Karnataka month, everything that is there. It can be environment part of Karnataka also. It can be geography part of Karnataka also. What is there in that current affairs for that month will be asked. We are going month-wise. Subject-wise is not viable because few subjects there will be a lot of new information. Few subjects there will be no information. So what happens? You will be emphasizing for following that format. You will be unnecessarily spending time on subjects where questions only will not come. Okay? Yes. So yeah, that's a very viable question. She has just started out her UPSC preparation. She has just finished ancient, medieval, and polity just started. We would advise you don't take up the KARTAVYA program because see, it is very we are very transparent. We are not going to teach you polity, economy, geography, environment. I hope you are understanding this. We are assuming that you people have already known that subjects, and we are only giving you the tests. So if you have not gone through the classes only, then it becomes very difficult for you, ma. So if you don't know the subjects, if you are just starting out now from a foundation program, I would advise don't prepare for this exam only. I would advise you prepare your foundation properly for next year UPSC prelims. Automatically you will develop the competency. If you chase this, you will start circumventing the process of learning foundation subjects, and that will hurt you in the long run. Please don't do that. Okay? All right. Arpit, I hope the sir fresher can enroll. I hope that is something that I just addressed. All right, guys. So we have already shared the timetable in the Telegram channel, guys. I will also pin the Telegram channel where I have shared. I'll also pin the Telegram channel's link in my the YouTube description now. Okay. In the comment section, I will pin the Telegram channel where I have shared the timetable, and I'll also share the timetable. I'll also share the links of SUDEEPVERSE KAS YouTube channel and SUDEEPVERSE KAS Telegram channel in the group. Okay. All right, I think we have addressed, sir, if magazine is compulsory for current affairs, if a daily newspaper reader, we need, how can we manage time? Adi, you want to take this?
What is that?
Sorry, they're asking questions, so we have to address and only then leave. I can understand your saying.
Yeah. See, yeah. Magazine is it necessary for a daily, somebody who is reading the newspaper? Now, this is a very tricky question to answer.
No, but I think
because,
it is.
No, yes, because while you are reading the daily newspaper, what you would have recorded in your notes, I would not be knowing it. Right? Somebody would have written small facts also, but major things would not have covered. Because you would have written, because that will be otherwise 7 to 8 handwritten notes will happen per day that you would not have made. You have made only, so that means that it is better to go through the magazine. Even though you have done, it will, if you first read the magazine, then go through your current affairs notes. If you are feeling that nothing is missing, in fact you have written more than what is there in the magazine, then you can depend. But otherwise, in general, whenever we make notes, we will not write everything. We assume that these things I know. So it is better to go through the magazine because it will give a closure. You have in your mentally that I have covered everything. Right.
And the one more thing is for prelims, it can be UPSC prelims or KPSC prelims, reading newspaper and making notes from the newspaper will not that help. I mean, it will not help that much. Yes, for mains it will. When you write on an issue, when you write different dimensions, when you write some facts, how to frame that facts, introductions, that is okay. But reading the newspaper thinking that I will try to touch upon all the points of prelims from that newspaper that day, there will be so much of news. You will not know which to cover and which not to. Magazines will do the job because there will be 10 people doing and sitting and doing the same job. What you alone are thinking that you are going to do. So when the 10 people sit, they are going to research much better than you. So we would always tell you for prelims, irrespective of mains or prelims, reading newspaper is very important for UPSC. I'm not telling no at all because that will give you the capacity that is completely different. But you should not read the newspaper with an attitude that this will come in prelims. That is not how, otherwise newspaper reading will become very burdensome and you will not have that consistency. So overall, you can continue reading the newspaper to develop the language proficiency, the vocabulary, the dimension building, the analytical way of thinking things. But don't read the newspaper with an assumption that just because you're reading the newspaper, you'll be able to answer prelims. It can be UPSC or it can be KPSC. For developing that factual base, you have to come back to some magazine. So, irrespective of you reading or not, please make sure that you read the magazines. From January 2025, yes, from January 2025, Prashant, not 2026. From January 2025, you have to read. All right, guys. So, I think we have covered it. Did you get the clarity? All the very best, guys. Go and rock it. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.